Today we are gonna make a ramen soup. The base of this soup can be the base of any chicken soup. We are gonna use a whole chicken, celery, carrots, and 1 onion to start to make our broth, and we're gonna let that cook all day. The longer it can cook, the more flavor and rich it will be, but if you also only have an hour or an hour and a half, that's okay as well. After our broth cooks, we're gonna strain it and discard the vegetables that are in it. We're gonna let our chicken cool, and then we'll take all the chicken pieces off and set it aside. Then we're gonna take our onion, our ginger, our garlic, and we're gonna saute that in what we have over here, some sesame oil, some fish sauce, and also some rice vinegar. And then we'll add our shiitake mushrooms, our chicken, our broth, and then we'll finish it off. Okay, so now that I've cleared my workspace, we're just gonna roughly chop our whole onion, and then we're gonna use about 3, maybe 4 carrots, and I'll set these aside. And then for the celery ribs, I'm gonna take 3 as well and set that aside. With our onion, the reason why I love making this soup is that it's such a minimal, it takes such a little time to prep this and get it ready, and then you just can walk away and let it slowly cook. So even our onion peels, if you have an organic onion, you can use this as well in your broth. We don't have to waste anything. So I'm just gonna cut off the ends and cut it into quarters. Okay, and then set that aside, and then the same with our carrots. I'm just gonna remove the green. And I'm not even gonna bother to peel the carrots. We don't need to do that because we're gonna discard these. But I have washed them and rubbed them dry. So I'm just big chunks, really simple. And then same with the celery. I'm just gonna cut it into big chunks. Okay, so now that that's done, we're gonna put our chicken in the pot and fill it with water and then add our veggies around it. Okay, so I'm using my Dutch oven here. And my chicken is quite large. It's over 4 pounds. I have a family of 6. I have 4 boys. They eat a lot, so I'm gonna use a larger chicken. If you have a smaller family, they're not gonna eat as much. You can definitely go for the smaller chicken, but all the other ingredients you'll keep the same. So I'm just gonna put this guy in here and then put our veggies in the pot. Oops. I'm keeping the skins because it'll just add more flavor. And then we're just gonna fill our pot to cover our chicken with water. So while this is filling with water, I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of salt into our pot as well. And I'm also gonna crack some pepper in here. Okay, now that we have enough liquid in here, everything is pretty much covered. I'm gonna put it on a medium heat and just let it simmer and cook for the next couple of hours. You can add your lid to it if you want, but leave a little bit of space open so that it can reduce down, the steam can come out, and it won't boil over. Before I start chopping my onion and garlic, I'm gonna drop these 2 eggs into boiling water and set an 8-minute timer to make some jammy eggs for our ramen. I'm gonna now saute onion and garlic and ginger together. So we're using a whole other onion to add even a little bit more flavor to our broth. Okay, just cutting to the side, doing that rocking motion, and then gonna lay it flat and do the same thing on this side. Whew. This onion is so potent. Okay. I'm gonna use about 5 pieces of garlic. And then we're gonna use about an inch of ginger. Okay, so I'm just chopping up our ginger. We have our garlic, we have our onions, and kind of finely chopping it all together. We're gonna add our onions and our shiitake mushrooms first with our butter. And then we'll add the ginger and garlic, our chicken, and then our sauces, and then our broth. So what I do is I grab a large bowl and put a strainer inside of it. I put it in the sink so it doesn't go everywhere. And then I'm just gonna pour into the strainer to catch all of the bits. Wow, and you see the chicken is like totally falling apart. It's perfect. Okay, so now what we can do is lift this out of the liquid. And you can see how rich that color is. Everything good in our veggies is gone. It's in the broth. I mean, there's still the fiber, but we're gonna just chuck all those pieces out and only keep the chicken. Okay, now it's time to assemble. So we're gonna take about a tablespoon of butter and put that in our pan. And we're gonna have about a medium to low heat. And we're gonna add our onions first to the butter and just saute that all together. I'm gonna add some salt to our onions. Okay, as these are starting to caramelize, I'm gonna add our shiitake mushrooms. And we're gonna start to cook that together with the onions and the butter. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil right now. So I added olive oil, and now I'm gonna start to add some of our other oils. So we have sesame seed oil, and I'm gonna do about half a tablespoon. And then I'm gonna add our fish sauce, and about the same amount. And then we're gonna add a little bit of rice vinegar, and we'll add a tablespoon of that. Down. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna add our ginger and garlic. Now we're gonna add our chicken. So this is all the chicken that is coming off the bones, and we're just gonna add that and mix it around with everything. And I like to make our soup, our ramen, a little bit hot. So I am gonna add, it's Momofuku's chili crunch. So about a tablespoon, and just mix it around as well. If you don't like the extra heat, you don't have to add that part. You can just bypass. Okay. Everything is pretty much cooked. We have all our flavors in there, and now we're gonna add our broth, which you can see is really rich and has like the nice layer of fat on top. So we're gonna add that. I'm gonna add about a cup more of water just to kind of let it go a little bit further.
we go.
Okay, this is the ramen I'm gonna use. I bought it at Whole Foods. It comes with little individual packets. So for this size of soup, I'm gonna do 2 packets. And I'm just putting it directly into my soup. And really once the ramen is cooked, then your soup is done and we'll just finish off with garnishing it. Okay, so we just finished preparing our soup. We just added the ramen in, the onions, the garlic. Now we're gonna cut up our cilantro and our scallions and prepare our bowls. I'm gonna cut up pretty high. Okay. And then we have our eggs. We'll just crack. So these are, this is an 8-minute jammy egg. You put your water in your pot, you set it to boil. Once it's boiling, you drop your eggs in and you set your timer for 8 minutes. And then once the 8 minutes are up, you can quickly take them out and put them in an ice bath or just put them on the counter. They should be a little bit more jammy than this. I think because I let it sit, they cooked a bit more, but that's totally fine. Okay, we're done, and great timing because my son's home from school and I know he's hungry, so I'm gonna serve him this, and I hope you enjoy and you'll be able to make it for your family too.